Welcome to the Women in Localization Fireside Chat, a new series of interviews where we discuss relevant topics in our industry. My name is Silvia Avary. I'm a co-founder and a board member of Women in Localization, and today I'll be your host. My guest today is Michele Carlson. Michele has over 20 years of experience in the localization industry. She's currently leading the team at SurveyMonkey. She also worked at Yahoo and Sony PlayStation. Michele has a BA in International Relations from the University of California and an MBA from the Thunderbird School of Global Management. Michele, it's such a pleasure to have you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. It's so great to be here.
Thank you. And Michele, how does it feel to win this award as the Language Person of the Year?
Wow, I am so honored. It's so nice. I mean, I've been working in the industry for so many years now, and I have some amazing friends in the industry, colleagues, and people that I admire greatly. So it was just so nice to be celebrated and get to celebrate the moment with my friends in the industry.
And I was there, and I was really rooting for you.
Michele. Thank you so much.
It was well deserved.
It's such an honor. It really is.
You left the leadership of the Silicon Valley chapter, and you have taken a new role in a global level with Women in Localization. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit what you're up to now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very exciting, actually. I'm really having a good time with this. So I'm in charge of global expansion for the chapters on the chapter level. So basically, I've been working to establish new chapters around the globe. And so far this year alone, we have announced 2 new chapters. One's in Russia, and the other is Eastern Canada. And we're working on, we're going to be launching pretty soon Colorado and Texas. And then we have some others on in our plans also this year. So we're hoping for six new. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah, we're hoping for 6 new chapters this year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing because there's so much interest, and it's so wonderful to see, especially for example in the leadership team in Russia. These ladies are very experienced, and they have so much to offer, and they've never had a chance to network together, and so this is very powerful. They're very excited, and then their first event is coming up in June. So super excited to be launching several chapters.
That's amazing. So what can we tell our viewers about if, let's say, somebody's in Brazil, I know there is no chapter there, they want to open a chapter, what should they do?
First off, they should go to the Women Localization website, and they can find a whole page there on exactly what needs to be done, including my contact information. And then they can just start following those guidelines and contact me, and we'll get going from there.
All right. We can put some information in the comment section.
Oh, awesome. This. Okay, super.
What do you think are some of the ingredients that make the winning recipe for a great globalization team?
I think it's really important to have a diverse team. So people coming from other countries who speak a lot of different languages. I think that's really important. Different levels, like skill levels and so forth, because you need to have a diversity in order to bring all of those interesting thoughts together, and the collaboration just grows as you have a more diverse team. So I think that piece is really, really important.
I couldn't agree more. And since we are in the diversity topic, one question I want to ask, and just jumping here a little bit, but women dominate the localization industry. We have more women than men. However, Common Sense Advisory came up with a report that showed that we have more men in leadership positions. And how do you think this affects the industry, and what can we do to change it? How can we bring more women up there and break the glass ceiling?
Well, first of all, I think that we're making a lot of progress. Absolutely making a lot of progress. I've seen more and more women breaking the glass ceiling all the time. What you and Ava and Anna did, forming the Women in Localization group so early on, more than 10 years ago now, was a great first step. And ever since then, you've been bringing more and more women into this great organization. And we've been learning from each other. We've been learning how to be, how to be leaders together. And we're giving younger women the opportunity to really come in and learn how to be leaders as well. And I think that's going to help us continue to go up the ladder and within our own organizations and really, hopefully we'll see more and more women step up into those higher ranked positions in the future.
C-levels.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, Michele, since we're in the topic of women in localization, you joined Women in Localization early on. I remember you were one of the first members back in 2008. Mm-hmm. I also remember that you were one of our very first speakers. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
I absolutely remember that. You guys gave me the opportunity to come and talk about my career. At that point, I was at Yahoo at that time, leading a globalization team. I came in, and I think it was at Oracle that we had the you guys had
NetApp.
It was at NetApp, okay, yeah. And it was a smallish, kind of a large conference room, right? That we got together, maybe 25, 30 women at that time, and I was speaking with Carrie Fisher, who was from Oracle at that time,
right.
And just made so many new friends in that evening. Friends that I'm still in touch with today, like yourself, for example.
That's right.
So and then once I kept coming back, to each of the different Silicon Valley events. I got to know you guys better and better, and it's been amazing. It's been a great journey.
And then in 2016, you decided to take the helm of the Silicon Valley chapter, mm-hmm. and you became mm-hmm. the very first manager of that chapter, our biggest and first chapter.
Yeah.
It was a big responsibility, and you took it in, and you grew that chapter. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience, and
Absolutely.
Why did you take it?
So, Ava, who of course I'd known for many years already, and one of the founders with you, approached me and asked me if I would like to be the chapter manager. And it was the right time in my career and my family and all of that. And I thought to myself, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And so I went home and I told my husband, I want to do this. Do you support me? And he was like, yes, I support you. So, so I, talked to Ava and we talked about it. And I put together just an awesome leadership team, picked out some people that I knew, some ladies that I knew, and as well as some that I didn't know, mm-hmm. And put together a really, a team that I knew I could count on. And each one had our own kind of roles, so we had very defined roles. It turns out that was a 2.5 years of, growing and putting out events that we were really proud of, and right. we think that we really grew the chapter by, up to about over 600 members in that right. 2.5 years, and and I can say that those ladies that were on the leadership team with me, we really became sisters.
Right. It was a sisterhood.
It was a sisterhood, right. Exactly.
And you launched the events called Lightning Talks.
We did, yes.
And they're really good. Tell us a little bit about Lightning Talks.
So actually this was the idea from Hannah, who was our social manager for my team. And it was basically, we wanted to give, women that wanted to get the opportunity to speak, who maybe didn't have the experience speaking, to come up and give a 7-minute talk. We did mostly technical talks, or, it could be technical or it could be non-technical, but mainly we did a lot of technical talks. 7 minutes where you get up and you can actually talk about any topic that you wanted to. And what we did was we trained them. We spent time training and working together to get those talks just right before they went up to the stage and did the talk. It was amazing. I think there was a lot of bonding that went on between the different ladies that were like there. We had about 7 different ladies at the same time doing the different talks. So there was a lot of bonding that went on.
I really like that I came and saw some of the talks, and there was a lot of new people that I had never seen present.
Yeah.
And I think it's really fulfilling one of, the propositions that Women in Localization has, which is to give and to help women advance their careers.
Right.
And what better way to go and put yourself out there, get out of your comfort zone, get out there and present. As Renee Brown says, be vulnerable, go out there and present.
That's exactly what we were going for, Sylvia. And I think that the women that did it really felt proud, and then that gave them confidence to do it again and again. So that's the kind of things that we want to promote is that confidence.
Right, I love it. And then so been leading teams for 20 years, and you're leading the Silicon Valley chapter. There's a difference. All women working there are volunteers.
Right.
So how was that experience, leading a team of volunteers?
You know what? I don't think it's that much different. I mean, I think that, people want to do a good job no matter if they're volunteering or if it's a professional situation. If you have a great partnership, and you have everybody understands what their role is, professionally or as a volunteer, people are going to step up and do their job, and that's the experience I have on both sides. So I think being paid or not paid isn't really the ultimate issue. It's women who want to grow in their careers and do a good job. They're going to do a good job no matter if they're being paid or not.
I couldn't agree more. I have that same experience with the volunteers that I work, and it always amazes me how much dedication, how much work.
It does.
Have achieved so much. What are some of the career advices that you can give to people to get there?
I think the main thing is it's important to always be learning. It's important to try to join a company and a team that you're going to feel comfortable in, that you have respect for your co-workers, that you like your boss, that you like the culture of the company. I think if you have those things around you, you're going to be able to feel more confident to move forward and think outside of the box. Just don't think this is my job and it's in this box and I'm just going to do this in my box. But think outside the box to see how you can move the needle forward. And help others also move the needle forward. So don't try to just be on your own. Think, I'm joining a team, I'm going to help this team become successful. And if you do that, then you're going to be successful. So I think it's important, partnerships, collaboration, teamwork, and thinking outside of the box to push forward a program or an initiative. If you don't do those things, I think it's going to be hard for you to kind of move up the ladder.
Okay, and since we're in skills and what people should do to grow in their careers, what do you think are some of the newer skills that people should be learning going forward in the localization industry?
Right. I think a lot of localization professionals really, are thinking about their linguistic skills, which of course are very important. But I think that the business skills are equally as important. So when you're thinking about, you need to be learning about the new tools, for example, Google Analytics, looking at Tableau and numbers. It's important to see and decide, what is the content that you're going to localize. You don't need to localize. I'm pretty sure no company needs to localize everything, right? So you need to understand from a business side of it, which are the important pieces that are going to move the needle forward for your company from a business point of view, right? So I think, looking at things from a business point of view, not just the linguistic quality. Linguistic quality is always going to be important. There's just, a level that you need to obtain. But on the other side, you know, it's important to understand how that's going to affect the business. Right. So that's what I'm...
Yeah, we just had an event for Silicon Valley, which was the role of data in localization.
Right.
It was right on.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about all these things that you mentioned. I see that in my day-to-day work as well.
Right.
That without proving the numbers, showing the numbers, it's very hard to get the resources that you need. It's very difficult to advance, and you want to get out of being seen as an expense,
absolutely,
right?
Yes,
you're not just an expense; you're also generating revenue.
Yeah.
So we have the means now to prove it.
Right, and adding that value, you know, having a business angle, and then adding and being able to speak up to your executive team. Hey, this is what we're doing on the business side to understand what we need to do to push the international business forward is so critical to anyone's and everyone's success in this business.
I agree. Michele, is there anything you want to share that I haven't asked you? Anything else you want to
I just want to thank you and Eva and Anna for all of your support through the years. And I want to say that, you know, this organization that you built is amazing. I've met so many amazing women and have learned from all the years of going to women localization events. I've benefited personally, and I just want to say thank you so much.
And we thank you.
It's been amazing.
And
I look forward to the continued journey together.
That's right. And we thank you so much for all the years, all the work you have done and continue to do with women in localization.
Thanks, Silvia.